Good morning, guys. Good morning from Bonaire. Today we're doing a little island tour. You can see I got the car and I want to show you a bit of the island because for sure you're missing it. So why not show you how it's going here? So today we're up north, the road up north towards 1,000 steps. Good morning, guys, thanks for joining. Today I'm showing you the island. We're driving around. I'm not on Wi-Fi, so I hope the Bonairean service here is okay. If I drop away, don't worry, I will come back, you can join again. But yeah, you never know here with the internet service. So don't worry. But today we're showing you the island. Good morning, guys, or afternoon. Hope you guys are doing good. So today I'm driving up to 1,000 steps. Let's see how quiet it is there now that there's no tourists on the island. So you're probably missing this road. This is one of my favorite roads on the island. It's a cliffside. You have beautiful views of the ocean, and along this road you will find Yellowstones, you probably know, with all beautiful dive sites. So hopefully my internet won't fall away. You never know here on Bonaire. As you can see, the ocean is still as blue as when you left here. So when you drive along this road, you have all kinds of little, like walking paths. Right here we have Jeff Davis, so your parking spot will be there, and you can walk down here. Well, let's have a look what Jeff Davis is looking like. Good morning, guys, thanks for joining. It's gonna be another awesome live stream. So we got the Buddy Dive truck. If you book your drive and dive package with us, you get one of the nice trucks here. And this right here, we are at Jeff Davis. So if you park your car right there, you gear up and you just walk down this little alley road. It's also nice for morning walks here. You can just park your car along this road and you can follow this path. It goes all the way along the cliffside. So here we are at Jeff Davis. It's a super cool dive site because Reef Renewal Bonaire used this dive site for their first outplanting of the house reef. And the staghorns are huge here. So as you can see right now, it's a bit rough. On a calm day, this is easy. It is a bit of a climb, but if you have a strong buddy, that's why we have buddies, right? You can just hand your gear and slowly gear up, make your way into the water. As you can see, it's not too rough here. It's a pretty shallow entry. And right there you have a shallow, a sandy path that you can follow. So this is Jeff Davis, an awesome dive site. If you descend here, you swim out to the reef. To your left side, we have the restoration area over there. So you cannot really see it, but there's a mooring pin for the boats. Right next to it in front is a beautiful outplanting site. You have to check it out because it's huge. It's an awesome dive site. A little story, Jeff Davis, because it got his name. Jefferson C. Davis was a pioneer of undersea medicine. So he came here to the island and he actually brought the first chamber to the island. So we're really happy with him. Unfortunately, he passed away. So we made this little flag for him. So we always remember him. And this was one of his favorite dive sites. So it's pretty cool to know stories behind the dive sites. When you go dive, you will dive through a little history actually. So it's nice to educate yourself. Of course, if this is too rough, you can jump on one of our boats, and we often go here actually because the dive site is so nice and it has a shallow reef. On the drop off of the reef, we usually find some seahorses here. I don't know why, but they like to hang around here. It's their little spot. So yeah, pretty cool dive site. That's number 1, Jeff Davis. One of my favorites. And of course you cannot miss it because when you drive here, it is the first walk-in sign that you will see actually. So if you pull up here, you're at Jeff Davis. Thanks for joining, guys. Morning, Floor, Pris, all good people joining here. So let's move on. And if you guys have a dive site that you want to see, or for the next live stream if you want me to go up south, let me know in the comment section and we'll fix it. We'll show you around the island. The body dive trucks also have to run a bit, otherwise the oil will get thick and it's not good for the cars, so make me drive around. Okay. Also a lot of parrots here, so it's beautiful for morning walks or sunset walks. Awesome sight. You can see it's all cliffside. Beautiful. It is right now it's still a two-way road, but once you hit 1,000 steps where we will go, it becomes a one-way. So you always have to keep that in mind. And of course it's Bonaire, so it cannot be too long of a drive to get back home. But you will have to drive some friends here. Hey! So you have to drive through Rincon if you pass 1,000 steps, which will be, depending how fast you drive, 20 minutes to get back to Body Dive. So it's not too bad and you have beautiful views. So we have a lot of people joining from the States, from the Netherlands, super cool, Brazil. It's awesome to see that we have worldwide body dive here. So this road goes higher up, as you can see, which will give you even more pretty views. So write down in the comment section where you want me to go next for the next live stream. And if you have a favorite dive site, I can do a dive site review. I can drive around, show you the island a little bit, so you guys won't miss out. Okay, here we are at 1,000 steps. You cannot miss it because once you see flags, this web, you know you hit the right spot. 1,000 steps. And again, here they have a lot of parking space because it's a very popular site actually to just look at, to snorkel, and a lot of tourists when they come with the cruise ships or they do an island tour, they always stop here. And I will show you why, because they have a good reason for it. So here at 1,000 steps, which you also cannot miss, they have this sign. Means there are a lot of turtles down here. They don't like you to feed them or to pet them. Of course, makes sense. But 1,000 steps is awesome. And of course it got its name because of the steps. The steps were actually built for the Queen, back in the days, Queen of the Netherlands. Because she really liked this area. It's a little bay. Right now you can't really see it. Over there you can see. It's a little bay area and it has a coral beach. Super cool. But there weren't any steps. So they made the steps for her that once she came back she could go down here and enjoy, maybe go for a snorkel, but she never used them. She probably had her heels on or anything. She did not use the steps. Also super cool for hiking. You cannot really see it, but down there along the cliffside they have many more steps that you can follow and just walk the trail up to the old desalination area and then walk back. Super cool. And it's awesome for snorkeling also. The thing is, if you want to do this dive from shore, you have to go down and back up with all your gear. That's the only, not really nice thing. But it's worth to dive this site because, as you can see, we have a sandy platform. I already had someone telling me they saw their first manta here. So it's good for rays and turtles to swim by in the shallow area. And then again we have a huge staghorn area, which is also super cool. Usually I see some turtles swim over it. They like to cruise over the corals, and a lot of juvenile fish that like to hide in there. Also we have a shallow area on the drop-off where you can find a lot of seahorses sometimes, if you're lucky, some frogfish and other cool marine life. So for sure it's worth it. Super cool dive site, super cool area to just check out. So we have some questions. Ron is asking me, are they fixing the main roads? Yes, they are actually filling up the holes. They're doing their best. Still, it's Bonaire in construction, so it takes a while. But they are fixing some roads here, so that's good. Hi. That's very good. So this is 1,000 steps. Super cool dive site. Okay guys, where else do we want to go? So the main road here, it's a road up north, you cannot miss it. It's a pretty small road. If you go towards Caribbean Club, you can find this road. You just take the turn and make your way towards 1,000 steps. And even if you don't want to dive or to snorkel, this is beautiful to just drive around and enjoy the views. Okay. So I'm just gonna show you a few of the popular dive sites along this road. And you will also see how quiet it is, which is good for the marine life to get a break. So if you like this way of doing the live streams, give it a like, give it a heart, whatever you can do, so I know it's worth it for the next time. And of course write down, like Tom does, what you want to see. So he would like to see Tolo, all blue, Carpada, which we're all gonna hit if we just follow this road. And like I said, we have some parrots along this road, we're also super cool to check out. Here you go. They're just enjoying the views here, which makes sense. You can see there, right on the cactus. Good morning. Awesome. So we will for sure go down to Carpada. Got a lot of requests for that. So once you are here, you hit this little wall, it becomes a one-way road. So keep that in mind, guys. If you ever are in a rush to go back for your lunch or something, don't go down this road. Just turn around and follow the way back to the resort or Caribbean Club, wherever you're staying. You can actually share this live stream when you watch it, so your friends back home can see it too and they won't miss out. If they can't watch it, I will share it on the Buddy Life Facebook, so no worries about that. You can always re-watch it, tag the people. Along this road you can also find a lot of cliff sides on the other side, which I will show you in a second, with a lot of caves, like caverns, where you can hike along and just look what's inside there. Usually there's some beds, maybe some goats. You can see a lot of goats walking around on the cliffs. It's pretty cool to see nature here. So VM McKinney is asking, are there any cool iguanas? Well, I will keep an eye out. For sure we have a lot of iguanas here. They eat a lot of our, we try to grow veggies. A lot of locals try to do that, but the iguanas usually climb up and eat all the plants. So yes, they're for sure still here. Okay, we're almost there. As you can see, it's a pretty long, winding road, but you cannot miss it. You just follow it, and then you will end up here at Tolo. Tolo is a very cool spot. Also, if you want to do a little beach barbecue or just a sunset view, you should check Tolo out. Because at night, a lot of the times, as you can see the yellow rocks again, you just take the turn into the dirt road. And here we are at Tolo. At night, a lot of the marine life likes to come up. I don't know why. I've been here a few times and seen some impressive stuff. So pretty cool area to check out. And as you can see, there's a lot of green along the coast here. So even for a little picnic or just after your dive, you can relax here at Tolo. It also has a fairly easy entry, depending on where you park, where you enter. Of course, Bonaire has all coral beaches. So you just go down here. But just ask your buddy to help you. And then here we are at Tolo. So as you can see, it's a pretty flat area to walk in. You just swim out. Again, it's a little bay area. So you can do your dive around, or you can go one way and then turn around to come back. Tolo, it's worth it. It is pretty easy entry, and again, a little sandy platform, and then already you hit the reef. Shallow. Just keep in mind to always check the currents here a bit, but usually it should be fine. Pretty nice dive site. So as you can see, this is a pretty high entry. But right there, you can just use the rocks to climb back up. Yes, like Beck is saying, you see a lot of turtles here and some squid. Around, we go further up, I tend to see a lot of baby squid and some other bigger ones. They like to hang around here in the shallows, so it's pretty cool. If you ever go dive here, just keep an eye out for the squid, for the turtles, rays, because also it's at the end of the north, so they can come in from the open ocean and just cruise along around the corner, which usually in the bay area you don't see it too often. So here it's pretty cool. Keep an eye out if you go diving. Little squids, and of course it's always windy on Bonaire. We cannot escape the wind here, which is good. Keeps the temperature down. Okay, so write it down on your list, guys. Tolo, it's a must do. Okay, let's move on. So after Tolo you have Bloodlet, which you can enter from shore, but it's a pretty rough one. I wouldn't recommend it. It's a super cool dive site, so if you're ever on our boat dives, just ask Bloodlet. We'll try to take you there. Then after Bloodlet, we have Rappel. Of course, if you have a big imagination, you can go do that from shore. But like the name says, you will need some rappel gear to get down there. If you've ever been on a boat dive with us and you went to rappel, you could see the cliffside. It's a steep wall. It's pretty much up here somewhere. And yeah, the story says that they used to rappel the gear down there to go dive. The dive site is amazing. I really like it. It has a different topography and it has little caverns like under the cliff where you can check out, and sometimes we find some bigger marine life that is laying there just sleeping or taking a break. So it's a really cool dive site to do by boat. Don't do it from shore, please. That will be hard. And like I said, here you have a lot of like caverns, super cool cliff sites to check out. It's a hiking trail. I believe you can find the hiking map of Bonaire, because we have a lot of trails, beautiful trails to hike, that you can find on the Stenapa website. They also have a new trails called Karsten and Caves, where you can walk trails that take you to dry caves. So you can walk into the caves and check out the bats that live there or anything else that you can find in there. Sometimes inscriptions from very old tribes that used to live here. It's very cool to check out. Here we go. So I still get a lot of questions about the flights. When are the flights going to open? When can we come to Bonaire again? We just got the news that it is a correndum. The European flights have been cancelled till the 18th of June. And on the 15th of this month, we get another update from the government on what's going to happen with the flights and everything. So as soon as I know more, we will do another live stream and we will talk about that, of course. So as soon as we know more, you will get an update. But for now, we don't know. So as far as I can see, with the European flights, it might be till the 18th of June, and then we have to see what's going to happen further. So Jennifer, I won't drive faster. Because I'm also filming. You guys have to enjoy the view too. But we are almost at Carpada. So somewhere over here, I believe, is rappel. It's hard to see from upshore when you're used to being down there with the boat. But here is Carpada, one of the favorite dive sites of many of you. I really like it too. This is the last dive site you can do up north before hitting the reserve, which I will show you in a bit. So Karen is asking if we can drive around the island once a week. This will never get old. Of course I can do that. I will also start planning the live stream so you can get notifications. And then you guys can join me on a little island tour. We'll try to do it once a week. I cannot promise you because the keeps changing. But right now we're here at Carpada. Carpada is a super cool dive site. We will go down there in a second. I'd like to tell you the story about this dive site because it has a little history. Carpada is not just a dive site. The name Carpada means tick, like the insect that you sometimes find on your dog. It's the local language. Carpada means tick. But it comes from this area here. It says Landhuis Carpada, which means this was a aloe vera farm, I believe, or a different plant that had little seeds. You can still find little seeds that look like a tick. So you can see. So you can, when you go dive here, you can walk around here and check out So you find a little bit of history, which is pretty cool. So they use this area to grow aloe vera and other plants, which I do not know the name from. And they found those little seeds, so they used to call it Carpada, tick. Right now we cannot use it anymore. It says chemical storage room and all other locker rooms. As you can see, it's not getting used anymore, but it was the office. Pretty big farm here, Carpada. So you check this out and then you go for your nice dive. It is worth to go dive here. Carpada also has a little different photography than what you're used to if you go down south or if you dive in the Bay Area like Buddy Dive, where Buddy Dive is located. Carpada is a little steeper and it has, I like to call it, you dive in the valleys of the mountains. So every time you have like a ridge and then it goes down a little bit, goes back up. And that's how the reef goes here, which is super cool to see. And you can find a lot of stuff here because, again, it's located near the open ocean. So if you're lucky, bigger marine life comes in and cruises around the reef to find maybe some food or just hang around. You never know what they like. So the entry, you can park here, pretty close to the entry. Gear up and then walk down here. So, good question from VM McKenney. Does anyone own the abandoned farm? I do not know. Maybe it's a government area, but I don't know the story about who owns it. Good question, I can do some research. So you walk down here, down the steps. That's fairly easy. Not too hard. It's not like 1,000 steps. And then you come out here. So what I always recommend when I take people dive here from shore, you can walk in here and just use this block to steady yourself. Because sometimes, now it's pretty calm, but sometimes you have surge coming in and you want to take it easy because it's all like this underneath here. So you can use the block to just steady yourself and slowly walk to the deeper part where you can float, put on your fins and go for a nice adventure. Another nice thing about this site, I like, pretty cool, is the heart wall, or the wall of love, I don't know what they call it. So you can find a piece that looks like a heart and just add it on there. So when you're floating, getting ready for your dive, you can check this out. Pretty cool. People just started doing it. And it gives a positive vibe to this area. So Robin is asking if there's any octopus in the block. I'm not sure. It could still be there. I haven't been shore diving this in a long time. But usually octopus like to stick around the same area for a little while. So if you're lucky, it's still here. So like I said, here you can find, usually I find a lot of baby juvenile squid swimming around the mooring line there. So it's super cool when you come back and you hit the mooring line, you know, oh, I'm back at where we started. Let's check out if we can find any squid here. So that's pretty cool. So guys, this is the last dive site before you hit the reserve. The marine reserve is that way. So when you dive here, you have to go to the left side, no matter what the current does. Because that area is protected and you're not allowed to dive there. So always keep that in mind when you go here. So this is the last dive site along this road, the road up north. Once you drive here, you have to go that way. You cannot turn around and take the shortcut to Buddy Dive because it's a one-way. So you drive here and then you can decide to go left, which will take you to Bonaire. It's a beautiful lake and usually you can find a lot of flamingos there. You can drive down along the lake, pretty cool. Or you can choose to take the shortcut, which will take you right into Rincon. So it's a pretty scenic route if you choose to take this route, and for sure it's worth it. So Karen is asking me about the block down there, if you can do a giant stride off of it. No, it's too shallow. I've seen people put their gear on there and then walk in and gear up. It really depends what you prefer to do. But if it gets too rough, I wouldn't put your gear on there. It would be safer to just walk along the block, put your hands on it, and then slowly enter the water. Just always take your time. There's no rush when you go diving. And of course, if it's too rough, jump on one of our boats and we can take you here, which is also super cool. Saves you some energy, and yeah, the group, it's nice. So this is the last dive site up here. Okay guys, do you have any more questions for me? So please let me know where you want to go next, and then we can schedule the live stream. You can join and I will show you around the island here. It's first of all super cool to see that everyone's joining and like commenting on it. Of course, we're still here. We're not gonna leave you hanging. So the island is pretty quiet now. There's no tourists. So it's perfect to do live streams and show you around. Update you on whatever you want to know, so we can always keep in touch through the live streams. Jennifer's asking if diving at New Cove is prohibited now. No, it's not. This is just the last dive site that you can do on this side. Otherwise, to get to New Cove, you have to drive all the way towards Bopek. It's the big tanks that you can see in the further area. You can drive there all the way up, back around, and then you can dive in New Cove. But this is just the last dive site until you hit the protected area. Then after, you can drive behind Bopek to dive the other dive sites up north. So I got a question from Peggy. How about a drive to the more popular dive sites in the park? I wish I could do that through a live stream, but in the park we don't have any signal. So maybe I can make a video and then post it, but we cannot do live streams there because there is no signal there. Unfortunately. So Beck is asking, are we going the other way to the dive sites next time? Of course, we can go down south, show you the Salt Pier, Pink Beach. We can do that area, which we will do next time. Can show you the boulevard. A lot of people like to stroll along the boulevard at night or during the sunset. It's very quiet now, so it might be weird to see that. So I get a lot of questions for the south next time, which we'll do. That's a yes. The next live stream will go down south. Andrea 1 and 2, wrote it down on the list. Thank you, Angela. That's awesome to hear. We miss you guys. All the group dives, they're super cool. A lot of groups that do the dive trip to Bonaire. Super cool to see that you guys are still joining. And hopefully we'll see you soon. Oh, very good, Marla. The Windsor area, perfect. We can go down to Sorbonne. So maybe you guys come here to Bonaire to do dives, and you never checked out Sorbonne. It is worth it. It's a very cool area, even to just watch the surfers do their thing, or to have a no dive day. You can relax there. So that's perfect. The next live stream will be tomorrow. So once I finish this live stream, we'll update it onto our Facebook, and we'll see another planned live stream for tomorrow that you can join. give me a reminder. And then once we go live tomorrow morning at the same time, 9 a.m. Bonaire time, you will get a notification so you won't miss it. So tomorrow we'll go down south, we'll do a bit of the central area, so you can see what it looks like. And any of your favorite dive sites, write them down, because I can do a little review, tell a little bit of the history about it or the story that's behind the name. So let me know, and if you like this, give it a like or a heart so we know that it's worth it. If there are no further questions or comments, I'm gonna slowly stop the live stream. And of course, Shelly, we can do a little sneak peek of the dive shop at Buddy's. There's a lot of restoration going on. Also, so we have the dive shop, we have Lenny's. Lenny's is looking awesome. They're getting there, they're almost done. So as soon as that is all done so far, I will show you pictures, I'll do live streams to keep you updated. And also whenever the flights are open again, you will get to know it the first. Hey Bridget, thanks for joining. Cool to see you. Hope everything's going well with the coral down there. Okay guys, thanks for joining. We're gonna end the live stream. Make sure to join tomorrow. Once this live stream is updated, you will see a notification that we are planning a live stream for tomorrow. We'll go down south and I'll show you more of the island. Let me know if you have any favorite dive sites that you want to see, any spots, anything. Write it down in the comment section. I'll write it on the list and we'll take you there. Thanks for joining. Enjoy the views and share the live stream with your friends so they don't miss out. See you tomorrow.